AJ Devine here at the home of the CalMum Red Raiders. Coming out here, we're going to be previewing the varsity boys soccer, varsity girls soccer, varsity girls volleyball, and right now we're going to head it over to Chris, who's with the varsity football team.
Chris Graham here with the Genesee Sun here at CalMum with head varsity football coach John Walther. And coach, this season you talked about before we got on here just about how you lost almost your entire offensive line due to graduation. That's obviously a big thing that you're going to want to replace. What are you seeing so far out of your team as far as the offensive line play?
We're seeing a lot of good chemistry. Even though we did lose a lot of seniors, the younger guys that were up last year did get some valuable playing time, and they've done a good job so far, meshing and coming together and picking up things. So yeah, we're excited about it and excited to get going.
It was a youthful group last year. You guys go 6-4, miss sectionals. Now this team's got a little bit of experience, a little bit more playing time under their belt. What are you looking for this year?
Well, we always have high expectations here, and we expect to make the sectionals, make playoffs. So it was very disappointing when we didn't last year. So I mean, the expectations are to get there this year, and not just get there, but to go and be playing for a sectional championship.
Obviously, high school football always has some key matchups. What are ones that you guys are looking forward to already as big varsity football matchups?
Yeah, every week presents a unique matchup for us. We're playing a very, very tough division, but we don't look past anybody for sure. But that Leroy game is always the last game of the season for us, which is very it's a very meaningful game for everyone involved. But you got Avon, you got Letchworth. We start right off down in Bath. It's going to be a tough physical game week one. So I mean that's our focus is Bath right now, getting prepared for them.
As far as the learning curve for this young team, do you feel like that's over? Did that end last season and they're ready to come forward this year and be a cohesive unit?
Yeah, I definitely think they're ready. They've done a good job meshing, but I mean there's always a learning curve, and we continue to learn as coaches and as players as the season progresses each year. New challenges and new things come up that the kids got to be flexible, and we got to be flexible with coaches and to adapt to.
We talked about the offensive line earlier. Is that the biggest issue that you would key in on to say if that's good, we're going to have a good season this year?
Yeah, I think every year that's where it starts, is up front, whether it's offensively or defensively, is with the line, and there's a lot of pressure on those guys' shoulders, especially here with what we do, running the football in the league that we play in. We see a lot of very good running teams. So, yeah, it's no secret here. The linemen know everything starts with them.
So the Red Raiders are looking to make a nice comeback after a 6-4 mark last season. He's head coach John Walther.
All right, I'm AJ Devine here with the Genesee Sun, talking to Coach Chuck Martell with the varsity soccer team. Coach, you had kind of a young team last year, won 5-11, not a great season, but looks like you have a lot of starters, a lot of the team coming back this year. How do you think it's going to work out for you?
Well, we have to wait and see. It's always that way until you see them play in the games. You're not going to be exactly sure, but I'm optimistic. I think they've got a lot of experience. Those 12th graders right now, they're strong, they're athletic, and I'm optimistic we can do well, especially in our division. In terms of some of the bigger schools, it's always going to be competitive for us. We're a small school, and I think it's always hard for us to play against some of the other schools that either don't have football or other things like that. But for us and for our section, I think they'll be very competitive.
All right, you talk about some of the other schools in the section. Who do you think might pose one of the biggest challenges for you this season?
Well, in our league, I think it's always hard to tell. Again, you don't know who's coming back for the other teams. I know Leroy was really good last year, and I think they'll be really tough again this year. They've got I know they have some good players coming back. I'm not sure as much about the other teams. I mean, it depends always. All the coaches always say it depends on who shows up for the season, and then you go with what you have. So
you talked about you had a kind of a young team last year. If you had to pick out one or two guys that really didn't get much playing time this year, but you think might be able to step up this year, who do you think you could point to?
You mean from last year or coming into this year?
Yeah.
Players, we got a lot of good players out there that are coming in. I know our defense, Justin Hinckley and Stuart Sousa are both new players there. They didn't play a lot last year or at all, and I think they could be okay on defense this year. But guys returning, some of our we have a lot of starters returning from last year. I know Zach Pohl played defense for us last year. He played every game. He's coming back. Now offensively, Matt Condame, he's going to play forward probably. Mike Roll's injured a little bit, but when he gets back in, he'll be very good too. And so there's a lot of others too. We got a lot of guys coming back that are going to be real competitive. And again, it's hard to say. When you see them out in the game playing through the season, then we'll get a better idea of who I think is going to be stepping up.
Now you talked about you had a game this Saturday coming up. What do you think What do you think needs to happen for that game to go on your side?
We got to play tough. Our team has to play aggressively. We got to win the midfield, win the balls in the middle. If we do that, we always play well. If we don't, then other teams take advantage of us.
AJ Devine here with the Genesee Sun, head volleyball coach with the CalMum, Dave Tytler. Dave, you had kind of a young team last year, went 6-11. Now you have a lot of returning seniors this year. How do you think the team's looking so far?
I think with the experience of 8 seniors and the addition of the sophomores and freshmen that I got this year, and as well as the juniors, we're going to be pretty good.
Now, you have Geneseo coming up on Friday. They were a really good team last year. They made sectionals. How do you think you're going to match up with them?
We match up well with Geneseo. We went 5 with them last 2 years, and they've been good. We've gone 5 sets with them 2 years in a row, and I think the same thing this year. That the way our matchups are, and they graduated their big middle. I think we've got a good chance to beat them this year.
Now, you said you got a lot of returning seniors this year. Do you think you have any younger girls that might step up that you might be looking forward to?
I do. I have an 8th grade setter named Andrea Coyle. I have a couple of 9th graders that have come up, Emily McDonald and Chelsea Regi. Both of them are experienced club players, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to add some offense to us.
So if you had to name one goal you have for the overall season this year, what do you think that would be?
To make sectionals and a high seed.
Thanks a lot, Coach. AJ Devine here with the Genesee Sun, here with Chad Shaw, the head coach of the girls soccer for CalMum. Coach came out here with a 3-0 victory against Bishop Kearney. How do you feel like your team did?
Good. For the first game, I thought we played pretty well. Usually in the first game you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and that's okay as long as you play through them. We had a lot of motivation. We played Kearney in the finals last year, and so a lot of the girls really wanted to win this. We just wanted, honestly, we wanted to come out and put in a good effort. It wasn't necessarily about whether we got the win or the loss. We just wanted to really set off the season really good with a good first step.
Now, you told me before that you had a lot of seniors graduate last year. You only have 4 seniors this year, a lot of juniors and sophomores coming up, stepping up. How do you feel like they did?
Awesome. The girls did great. They're going to have their mistakes. But these girls learn pretty quick. So, any game experience they get, they're going to learn on the fly and they learn pretty fast. They even made pretty quick adjustments in the game. The youth on our team, I'm not necessarily sure. I hope it doesn't hinder us. I don't think it's going to hinder us. These girls have been playing soccer for a long time, so even though they're young, there's some talent there, and they're going to learn real fast. I thought they did great tonight.
Now, before the game tonight, we had a little ceremony, and we saw that number 10 was awarded to junior Hannah Anderson.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah, as most people know, unfortunately, over this past summer, there was a real bad car accident, a tragic accident that cost 3 lives of CalMum students. One of them was a soccer player, Emily Peterson, played for us last year. And so, we wanted to have a moment of silence and recognition of her. Parents were here. We had a lot of senior parents there from last year. And the idea kind of came to me about what to do. And I really wanted a way to remember her every year, as opposed to say just retiring the jersey or putting it in the trophy case. I wanted a way every year to remember her, so I told the girls, I said, every year, take the number 10 that Emily wore and award it to somebody who best represents the character and integrity and memories that we had. And this year it happens to be her, so I couldn't pick anybody.
So now you came out here, got the win today. How do you feel like you're going to look forward to playing?
Like I told the girls at the end of the game, it's just one game. We played good tonight, and we're happy about that. We have such a long way to go. Let's just take it in stride. Just trying to come together. Let's play nice on Friday. Let's as long as I think as long as we continue to learn, I thought these younger girls learn every game. As long as we continue to get better every day, that's just our goal. Okay? I think we'll do okay. We have a lot of tough opponents. You know, we've got Leroy a couple times, Avon's a couple times. David a good team. We got to go down to Portland. So we got a tough schedule. We got to go to Casper next week. So we just got to focus on getting better every day. That's all.
So the CalMum Red Raiders looking to have good sports seasons all around this year. I'm AJ Devine with the Genesee Sun.